From the outset, President Cyril Ramaphosa sought to honor the SANDF members who died in Eastern DRC.
We pay tribute and bow our heads to Staff Sergeant William Eddie Ola, Staff Sergeant Mulahlehi Ishmael Mulahlehi, Staff Sergeant Shahlane Theophilus Siepe, Corporal Matume Justice Malisa, Corporal Renae Nemabulani, Lance Bombardier Itumeleng MacDonald Mureo, Lance Corporal Zeke Moffat Mulapo, Lance Corporal Metsi Stensley Raswiswi, Rifleman Sibatane Richard Chokwe, Rifleman Derek Maluleke, Rifleman Sidiso Andris Mabele, Rifleman Calvin Louis Moahi, Rifleman Moketi Joseph Mobe, Private Peter Jacobus Strado. Speaker, I thank you for getting us to honor these fallen heroes. I have directed that a national flag be flown at half-mast in honor of these fallen heroes for a week.
Ramaphosa says this is a solemn occasion to pay tribute to these heroes.
Alongside soldiers from other southern African countries, they lost their lives in defense of the fundamental right of the Congolese people to live in peace and security. They lost their lives not in the pursuit of resources or territory or power.
The president has stressed that Pretoria will always advocate for peaceful resolution of conflicts around the world, even in Congo, one of the most intractable conflicts that has claimed so many lives.
Now we call on all parties to embrace the current diplomatic efforts to find a peaceful resolution, including honoring the Luanda process. We will attend the joint summit between SADC and the East African Community scheduled to take place in Tanzania this weekend, where we will reiterate our call for a ceasefire and a resumption of talks to find a just and enduring solution, and we will make sure that our boys, our soldiers do come back home.
It's also a big year for South Africa as it will host the G20 summit, and the US top diplomat Marco Rubio has indicated that he won't attend the Foreign Affairs Ministers meeting later this month.
We have chosen the theme of solidarity, equality and sustainable development to underscore the need for cooperation and partnership amongst the countries of the world. For the first time in its history, the G20 is being hosted on the African continent. And this is particularly important following the admission of the African Union as a member of the G20. It is a great opportunity for us to place the needs of our continent and the rest of the global south more firmly on the international development agenda.
Ramaphosa says they will interact with their trading partners on Pretoria's G20 presidency priorities.
With a view of explaining the positions that we have taken, and in particular, the objectives that we wish to achieve during our presidency of the G20, I have decided to send a delegation of government and other leaders to various capitals on our continent across the world. This delegation will interact with various key players on a variety of matters that affect South Africa's interests.
As the Middle East has a ceasefire in Gaza, President Ramaphosa says they remain in solidarity with the people of Palestine on their quest for self-determination.
South Africa continues to stand in solidarity with the people of Palestine, who have endured decades of illegal occupation and are now experiencing indescribable suffering. And South Africa has acted in accordance with its obligations under the Genocide Convention by instituting proceedings against Israel in the International Court of Justice.
Meanwhile, the president says South Africa will continue to call for the reform of the UN Security Council and ceasefire in a number of conflicts, including Ukraine and other hotspots. Khumalo, SABC News, Johannesburg.